Joining us today is Jennifer Graham, owner and founder of Raw Bella, a food consultant that promotes raw food lifestyle. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Jennifer, briefly tell us what started you to leading a raw food lifestyle.
Wow, so many things, but I think generally I just got an epiphany that I could have a different life. About 3 years ago and about 70 pounds ago, I came to the realization that I could have a different life. I could be, do, and have anything that I wanted to be. And I saw other people out there enjoying their life and enjoying small bodies and enjoying energy, and I wasn't.
Okay.
And so I said, well, why couldn't I? Why am I fat and tired all the time? And I just said, you know, I've been on so many diets and I lost weight so many different ways, but I always gained it back. And I decided that I wanted to figure the mystery out.
Okay.
You know, so I just started to research, and I started to just get into more of what my body wanted intuitively. And I did a combination of researching and praying.
Okay.
And through that, I discovered that what God wanted for my body was what my body wanted for my body, and I thought that was just natural foods.
Okay.
And I chronicled my experience in a blog on YouTube, and I did my research online, and I just started moving more toward the natural foods.
Okay.
And it led me to raw foods, because that is what our body really craves, is what comes from the earth, the vegetables, the fruit, the nuts, the seeds, the sprouts. And I haven't really looked back. I mean, that's what I incorporate. About 60 to 70, sometimes 80 in the summer % of my diet is raw and living foods. Awesome. The other really big inspiration in my life was my son, is that I didn't want my son to have to struggle the way that I had throughout most of my life.
And I was just going to ask you about that. So having a young child in school today, and as we know, Mrs. Obama's program focuses on kids and healthy eating. So what are some of the challenges that you face as a raw food lifestyle person with a young child in school, considering that, you know, their friends have fruit roll-ups, and I face the same challenges with my children, but they have all of these other things that we know aren't healthy for our bodies. And so what are some of the things that you've seen your son face as challenges?
Right. And I'm glad you say that he sees challenges, because that's exactly what happens. And the best thing that I can do for him is honor him with the understanding that he's got a choice. Okay. And that I educate him as much as I possibly can about what is good for his body, and helping him to see the difference between what happens when he has a green smoothie and veggies and fruit, and then what happens when he has a pizza and ice cream, and how his own body feels.
Right.
And how he's able to concentrate. He even recognizes the difference between how he's able to focus in school a little bit better when he has a good healthy breakfast, or when he has the carbohydrate-laden school breakfast, the overly sweet, sugary breakfast. Right. So I honor him with choice, so that when he goes into different situations, he will say, you know, we don't drink that. And even at 7 years old, he is smart enough to know, you know, that's not really good for my body. I'm going to move toward this. I mean, of course, you know, he's a kid, and there are ice cream sundaes and birthday cakes and pizza, and so sometimes he will have those things, but very often, because of the way he's being raised, he can make healthier choices.
Right. You know, I was actually reading that the CDC talks about, they have studies and statistics about childhood obesity, where it used to be an adult onset, is now more focused towards children. And as an educator in the school system with school lunches, what are some of the impacts that you think you see of those things on a daily basis?
You know, I teach high school, and the kids come to school. They don't really like, they like I said, it's about intuition. They already know they don't like what the school is serving. I mean, they start the day off with, you know, a big slab of white bread, and you know, and a greasy piece of mystery meat. So they don't want that, but then they come to school with hot Cheetos for breakfast, and then by 12 o'clock they're slumped over on the desk, and I say to them, there's a connection between food and mood.
Right.
So there's
right.
a reason why you can't get through the day.
Right.
And your 41-year-old teacher is bouncing in front of the class.
Right.
Because you've eaten this food that has gone through your system, your body doesn't recognize it. And so, they're struggling and they're having a hard time. And like I said, I feel really duty-bound to help educate my students as well as my own child about, let's fill our bodies with some fuel.
Right.
Because we are machines and we need healthy
right.
foods to fuel us through the day. So that we don't hit that slump in the middle of the day.
And that's a good point bringing up about the exercise as well, because that's also the Let's Move program really focuses on healthier eating choices and exercise. Mm-hmm. So in that, what are some of the things that you can share with parents that they can do with regards to exercising, getting their kids to exercise and make those healthy food choices?
Yeah, fantastic question. And a lot of people aren't going to like the answer, but I just feel like TV has done our society such a disservice.
Sure.
When I was a kid, my mom kicked us out the house.
Right. Every Saturday morning, you were out.
Right.
There was no vegging out in front of the TV.
But
you
even
had to
after
leave.
School now, you really got to get the kids out the house and out. We have a rule: no TV during the week. No TV during the week. You have homework, and hopefully you've gotten your homework done in the after-school program because I'm a working mom. He gets his homework done before I get there to pick him up. He knows he's not allowed to play. And then when I pick him up, we've got 2 more hours of daylight. Go outside and play.
right.
Run. And I don't even go sit in your friend's house and play PlayStation either.
Right. And you can have that balance.
Mm-hmm.
With my children, we do have a week.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've convinced them is that weeks is short for the weekend. So during the week, they do go outside, they play, they ride their bikes, they're everywhere.
Right.
But during the weekend, sure, if you want to spend an hour doing that, go for it.
Right. And then those are all opportunities to bond with your child so that you could help continue to talk to them about all of the choices that children have. Like they're under so many different pressures, whether it be food or just relationships and all different types of things you want to. So going out and exercising with your child is a great opportunity for you to talk and bond and strengthen that relationship.
Okay. Well, it has been such a pleasure. I really have enjoyed it, and I'm sure that our readers are going to enjoy all of the great things that you've talked about. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For more information about Mrs. Obama's Let's Move program, you can go to letsmove.gov. And for more information about Miss Jennifer Graham and Rawbella, visit rawbella.com. Thanks for having you. Thanks for having us.
That too.
And you said, was that good?
You said readers.
What did I say?
Yes, bro. People are the people who.